Ecology Futures is one of the 3 pathways within the Master Institute of Visual Cultures.
Ecology Futures focuses on the role of new media art and design research in interpreting, analysing, critiquing, experiencing and visualising ecological degradation and its broad network of cause and effect.
Topics that we discuss, for instance, are ecological art and activism, decolonization, how to conduct field work as an artist and how you can incorporate different kinds of techniques into your artistic practice.
All the different modules that are offered are elective. That means that Ecology Futures is just one pathway, one of 3. So situated design, visual arts and Ecology Futures. And whatever pathway you enroll to, you can also choose the modules in each other pathway. And this way you can kind of curate your own 2-year masters.
In response to the instability of this age, Ecology Futures is in constant flux. Negotiated between tutors and students so that it is responsive to the requirements that arise through the multiplicity of student background narratives and unfolding environmental crises.
Then we see that there is a shortage in education that provides for transdisciplinary practices, art and science crossovers from a very methodological point of view.
As Ecology Futures overall, you don't really have to come there with a background in either art or biology, because they're very open to help you with discovering what are you interested in. So if you feel like maybe you're very interested in how mycelium works, but you've never worked with mycelium, you've never worked in a lab, it's a perfect place to experiment with that.
It's very heavily on the ground, teaching you from scratch how to do stuff, whether it's learning how to use biotechnology, even if you've never worked with it before, or using technologies like photogrammetry or AR, VR, or even more experimental things like working with smell, working with soils, sediments, chemical exploration. All these things can happen during these modules.
Also using underwater microphones, for example. Students also experience the different sounds, not only from the way that we hear with our ears, but also from different kinds of perspectives.
Got it! Yeah. Really love the sound. So powerful, the water.
Usually what happens is that there's a process of reflection where you start to turn inward. What are your roots? What is your position? Who do you want to be as an artist or a maker or a thinker? Important part of Ecology Futures is to engage with the field. What does it mean to be down to earth, to stay with the trouble, to engage with the materiality of place? We do that in the Netherlands because we are a very interesting country with lots of interesting places to visit ecologically and also politically. But we also do that by looking for partnerships with other universities. In this case, we had the opportunity to visit the Icelandic Academy of the Arts.
I wanted to explore different narratives told from different perspectives, and also using different media. So I'm interested in VR techniques and photogrammetry. They just give us so much options how to tell a story through non-human perspective and to play with this non-human agency.
This year we are also working on themes which are related to the ocean and ecosystems around the oceans, find new ways to manage this environment or be part of it in a non-extractive way, let's say.
The workshop that I did here during our study trip to Iceland was about lichens, which are a symbiotic organism of fungi and algae or cyanobacteria. And so I was looking at lichens as sort of a more than metaphor for questions of resilience, deeper times, because lichens have been shown to be able to survive the ravages of space. They live for tens, hundreds, if not thousands of years sometimes. And I was sort of combining that with different aspects of my own research having to do with queer and trans futurities in space. And so students were also able to go out into the field, look at some of the local lichens that are available here, and then look at them in more detail with different types of observation equipment. And the idea here was also to think about the relationship between the observer and the observed, to sort of like break down some of the scientific distancing that happens in observation.
Being located here means that one of the major things that we're addressing in our studies is the nature-culture divide, as it's so entangled in our identity as a Dutch institution. So many of our students are exploring the division between nature and culture, what it means if this division is actually there, thinking and doing in dualisms, and how to unlearn that practice.
If ecology is the science of all the relationships that make up the environment of organisms and living futures in general, then Ecology Futures is proposing art and design as a way of examining the relationships that construct an environment.